Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and thanks for watching. Thank you to my day ones. You know I gotta send a shout out to y'all first. Thank you to all the new subscribers that's coming in. Thank you so very much. Appreciate you, and especially the ones that means well. You know, not the people that's being nosy running back to other pages. Anyway, y'all, I just wanted to come on here and talk about a couple of things, okay? For 2 days, I could not post. I just didn't have the energy to do it. And I guess it was just meant for me to just kick back and, watch and see what was going on and what was going to be done, for his birthday or whatever. And to observe things, Sometimes when you're doing things like this and you're doing it for a good reason, sometimes it's easy for you to get discouraged when you see certain things, okay? Through everything that I have learned through this whole case, everything lines up with, this movie, okay? The movie is the reason that he came back for a particular date. That they were putting, people that was on this movie, actors that was in this movie, they were posting things all over their social media about 11/11. And, and things was going to come to people and all of this stuff for 11/11. So it's not a coincidence, that he gets taken out on that date that they posted, ever since October. They just start posting all kind of 11/11 stuff. And the same people, I found out through research, that's their page, Real Life Street Productions. So all of these things are not coincidence, okay? So I'm going to just put it like this. Over this weekend and Mo3's birthday, it pained me to see the things that were going on. Real Life Street Production is the ones that, was recording his mother and them, someone in one of the states, I guess, or of Texas. They did some kind of, something for Mo3 to make his name, a holiday or something like that. And I just found it odd that the mother, that they were taping the mother, the whole incidents. And it's so many people out here that has loved ones that really want to know who was behind what happened to them. And it discourages me when things like that is right in your face. It discourages me when all signs point to the main person that was the only person that could line him up the way he got lined up is his manager, allegedly. From what I'm seeing, everything lines up to him. And then when, I'm going to just say people in a family is doing interviews and doing videos with this person, it makes you want to step back and be like, why? If they don't care, why am I keeping going? So I'm not going to sugarcoat things for people. I am not going to pretend like it's not happening in my face, because that's odd to me. Real Life Street Production could not get close to me or my family members if that had been one of my family members, and this is what I'm seeing. And it's sad because, it just makes you wonder. I was given a cash app for Mother's Day. It crashed. And before you get another one to me, so the people, the fans, could support you, I'd never received it. I never received any information where you all could send her something. You know? And then on one hand, we're hearing that, Boosie was Sexual Chocolate, because everybody don't know all the names. But it ain't his government name, so I can say it. But him, one hand, people were saying that he, that Rain Man ain't the only one that's selling verses. That he is too. Sexual Chocolate. They're saying he's selling verses. And then all of a sudden, he does an interview and he says that, he's been sending the mother money every month. So I don't know how true it is. It could be true because somebody in the family would jump on here and be like, no, he don't, But it puts me in the mind of Juice, when, I think it was Tupac, really. Yeah, I forgot his name, Bishop or somebody. When he was, like, taking out his friends. And then he show up to the funeral and say, if you need anything, ma'am, and he was so sweet, please, just let me know. I got you. And he's the one that took out their baby. So it puts you in the mind of this. And I'm not saying him, but I'm saying it's another name that keeps popping up. And that's that number 7, okay? His name keep popping up in everything. And I don't understand why, why his name keeps popping up. And then, Bedo gives a interview and he's talking about certain things. He gives several interviews. He didn't pop up. He was the quietest one at first. Now he's brought to the forefront. And he's talking about a lot of things that's starting to line some more people up. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't feeling, Mo3 like that. Pretends, but not really. He had, he talked about number 7, was from his hood, that, he knew all these shorties and all these people beforehand. And especially another thing that he's doing. He is, he's, what they call it, trick rider, but y'all know that it's, I don't want to say the word, the male version of the trick rider. He's riding Big Bird. Seriously, like a rodeo. He's riding him. All of a sudden now he's his spokesman. Is all of this to just clear certain people? To make people seem innocent when they're not. They say that Big Bird, is paying, giving money to the state. So, of course, the state gonna try to, keep his name clear of things. But this is what's going on now with all the bloggers. This is what I tell you all about this roller coaster and jumping the fence. Back and forth, back and forth. This is all the bloggers are doing. And don't it make you wonder, how do they line up all of these interviews with the people that, allegedly has something to do with it? That's number 1. And like I said before, what good is an interview when the persons that you're having the interview with are lying through their teeth? So that interview really means nothing if everybody that come on your show, they lie. So it's just a lot of back and forth. And for Bedo to get on here and tell so many interviews and tell everybody that, number 7 and what's that? Number 7, was they're shorties. They all grew up under him and blah, 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 blah. It makes you wonder, was people sent to him? Seriously. Was some of these artists sent to him? Was Don sent to Mo3? Was number 7 sent to Mo3? Because afterwards, number 7, like I said, number 7 name has came up all over the place. Okay? And they say he was one of the people that was on the phone with Mo3 too the day that he passed away. So that's a question mark right there. Because the 3 people that they say was on the phone with him that day was Teeth, now 7, and Rayman. Okay? Teeth, you already know she's plugged with the ops. Rayman, he's showing himself to be what he is. And then you have 7. 7 that has made videos, talking about Mo3 in the past. 7 that came to, the sister's house. Came to the sister's house and called herself questioning what happened. That's what they told us that, but the cameras could show him coming there. We might not never know what the conversation really was about. But he showed up to the sister house, okay? When the story broke, the sisters was kind of defending 7 in the beginning. Like they were always. Even when they was going toe-to-toe with Rain Man, they always was like, but number 7 act like he really cared. So you have to take all of this in consideration, okay? When you talking about a group of people that works together. He was on the phone with him right before. He came to that house, okay? And if anybody has cameras, they could prove it. So maybe that's why they told that he came to the house too, as well as Rain Man, okay? Queen also said that there was a big light-skinned guy. Now, I don't know. But his name keeps popping up in a lot of things. It just keeps popping up. And it just makes you wonder, Because now people are having interviews and bringing his name up, saying that he was they shorty. And he was this, he was that. And what I don't understand about Bedo is if you were always plugged with Big Bird and them and all of this, more than Mo3, why didn't you get them to help you with your rap career? Instead of going to the ops, why did y'all come to him? Instead of getting help from your buddies. He was on before Mo3. When he made that song, That's On Me, why y'all and flock to him to help y'all? Why did certain people come to Mo3? You have to ask yourself that question. Was people just coming to him to be on, the inside so they can keep people informed about everything? And this also makes you wonder about number 7. Because number 7, after, Mo3 passed, he was the main person running back and forth, to the house, to mama house. Going to check on the kids and this and that. Is he an inside person? Allegedly. Is he a person that's taking information back to people? Or they not talking about nothing just to see what they're talking about? Or do they think anybody have anything to do with it? He could be that inside person. Now, I don't know. One of the information that I did receive was, a couple months ago, was MsLowDownn is, the one that was, what's her name? Asian. He's her cousin. Now, I didn't receive that information. I did see a post that she was saying her cousin, but it's not some information that I found, so I'm going to just leave it in the air if that's questionable. But I did see a post of her saying her cousin. So if this is the case, was he sent to Mo3 for the spy? Or was 7 sent to them to keep up with what they're doing, the ops, to take it back? So you have to think about this. Just like I said, it puts you in the mind of Juice. And this person goes back and forth, tell them what's going on the op side. If the mother and them is, questioning or listening to anybody that's saying that this person did it or has something to do with it, then this is what this person would be able to do. Go back and, tell everybody. Because the way that Bedo explains it, the people there, they seem like they're more closer, the ones that all grew up together. A person just pops on the scene and not really grew up with all of them, then it makes it, them the outsiders. And the only way you're probably gonna fit in with them is, you must be putting a lot of money into the clique, or you swing that way with them. And I know I don't have to keep repeating this, but you all have seen that a lot of them are, swinging both ways, and more one way than the other, because these girls, they really just using to make it look like they're not and having babies. But a lot of these guys is all up on each other. Look at that video that they say that started it all with No Gayo. He's on the stage. Mo3 is on the stage, and Mini Man is up there, and some more guys. Okay, go back and look at that video. Okay, y'all. Look at how the guy in the blue is just kind of pushing, and he's so disrespectful to Mo3. He's like got his arm all in his face and just shoving him. Mo3, he's short, but he was still holding his own, trying to make himself stay up on the stage. But just peep how No Gayo was all up on those guys, putting his butt back to him like a girl would do, and falling all on them. This is what he was doing. What guy wants to be in a bunch of guys' arms like that? These guys is fruity as the pebbles, okay? And I keep telling y'all this. Had Mo3 been like them, I don't think he would have been such an outsider. But he liked to swing them things with the girls. He wasn't swinging that thing with the guys. And that was a big problem. They could not get him to do the things that they were into. Okay? Which make you wonder also, did he know something? But at the same time, he would always jump on there and talk about it. So if he had of, I think it would have came out. If he had of. So he might didn't know. Well, he might have knew of it, but didn't have, proof. Because if he did, how he come on here. But you have to think about all of that. And just go back and look at that video how No Gayo is all in their arms, falling back, and wants to be in these guys' arm. And it's another video, a video that struck me. And that was the video with them in the bathroom together. And No Gayo, he kept going in and out, and Bedo was still in the bathroom. And I want y'all to pay attention to, they both had their shirts off and everything, and it looked like they was very comfortable in that room together. And then they came into the bathroom. So what was they doing in the other room before they came in the bathroom? Just pay attention to all of this. Just pay attention. It's weird to me for two guys to be almost naked on a video, and they're talking about Mo3. Getting down talking about him too. Especially the No Gayo. And just like a lot of people are, saying, and a lot of people are not saying. No Gayo was a big part of this. A very big part of this. It was people that was associates of Mo3. Like background dancer and people, okay? But when No Gayo came on the scene, he found the way to flip everybody to just him. And I don't blame Mo3 for nothing that he said. Because like I said before, your friends cannot be friends with your enemies. If your friends are friends with your enemies, they're not your friends. If you have family members that deals with your enemies, they are not your real family. They don't care about you like that. It's no way in. They can't. So I feel him on that. Because it's always going to be, you're going to be sad and them. As you're not gonna be completely comfortable talking to them or whatever, because you don't know if that person is going back to them saying what, you know, and why chance it? I wouldn't. And that's why he didn't want to deal with certain people, because he knew how Nogale felt. He knew how he felt about him. So he didn't want the people that he was dealing with to be in that circle with them. So they all just pushed him to the side and they went with Nogale. And I'm starting to believe they went with this guy because he do swing that way. I'm starting to believe that because there's nothing special about him. It's nothing special about Nogale in no earthly way. No swag, no nothing. So ask yourself why background dancer and everybody just went to that side. Or was they already on that side in the first place? It was just they sent people to him in different ways. You already see the manager was lying to him about a lot of things. And then you already see that, people look like they were sent to him just to keep up with him and keep up what he doing and saying. Because if he talked to us through social media and told us everything that was going on with him, you wouldn't think that he's going to talk around number 7 and all these guys and say certain things that he shouldn't say around them, and these are his artists? Yes, he would. Because he seemed like he talked a lot, like telling people what it was. Well, however the situation was, he seemed like he told it. And this would be somebody that he would tell it to. Because he's around them and he's working with them. And he's thinking that these people are on the up and up. But in reality, number 7 grew up in the same neighborhood as Bedo and them. Who is he going to be really loyal to? Definitely not Mo3. Just telling you. That's how my opinion of it. Because they grew up with them. So you have to pay everything attention. And pay all these little interviews attention. And peep how everybody's, when somebody died down a little bit, just like, Mr. Minus, he didn't die down. And went on, got paid off or got beat up or whatever. He didn't did his little part. And then all of a sudden now it's him all over everybody's from page to page. But I want y'all to peep this as well. Look at the different people. Same circle of people that, they're having the interviews with the same person. So I'm just telling y'all, pay all this attention. Just like, the bloggers. They're all the same circle of people all the time. Same circle. They might add somebody new every now and then, but it's always the same circle. And people were coming to my emails, oh, do this interview, it's going to be big. I don't want to do no interviews with no people that's in that same circle of y'all. I don't want to do that. Because all y'all do is back and forth. 1 week y'all arguing, and next week y'all back together. Da, 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 da. Y'all see that with Say No to Brain Cells and Mr. Scandalous. They back in doing their thing again. Try to pull y'all back in. Reel you back in. Come on. So they can keep lying to you. So they can keep having people on there, that is tied to this. But they're not giving y'all the accurate information. Now it's flip everything to make Mo3 look like he was the bad one. He was the one that started all this. He jumped on the bandwagon with Roy Lee, and this is what started all this. This is what they're saying now, that everything was his fault. That he did it all. This is crazy. Then background dancer, he releases a video that make him look like everybody's that really, paying attention. Make him look like a little punk. Mo3 came to his house This is what he's saying. He came to his house. And he's saying that he had something, a toy, but I don't believe he had nothing. But, you know, if he did, I didn't see it. But I did see he had one. Mo3 was just trying to talk to him, trying to squash things. But that's not what they wanted to do. They wanted to do what they did, and that was take him out. And now all of this stuff is popping up because they want to have an excuse. Like, even if they do get caught, even if authorities do their job, okay? They want to make it look like he did so many things to us. He even showed up at my house to do something to me. So we had to protect ourselves. This is how they want to try to play mind games with people, to make himself look innocent. This man didn't show up to your house for no bullcrap. He came to talk to you. He came to try to squash things before they got to the point of him being taken out. But instead of talking to y'all and trying to squash things, he should have left town, took his family members that wanted to go with him, and did what he had to do. Get a new manager or whatever and go about his business. And cut ties with everybody that was in Dallas that he was doing business with. That's what he should have done. That would have made more sense than anything. And then he wouldn't have to be bothered with them. Don't tell them where you stay at. Get you a house. Don't put it in your name. And go somewhere and move somewhere and only take the people that you trust. That's what he should have done. That's what he should have did. And never look back. If he could come back there and help out people in the community that he loved and cared about, as far as sending money to them or, helping causes or whatever like that, and started some kind of organization for people and, in Dallas that he cared about, fine. And if he would have came back there for anything like that, heavily security. He had money to pay for security, make sure you had heavy security. In and out. That's what he should have been doing. Not sitting up here still listening to somebody tell you, you got to come for this last day of taping. And then you end up being the movie, the ending of the movie. And they're trying to, edit these tapes now. That's why the movie hasn't came out. They're trying to edit stuff and see, now that people is catching on to them, that you all were going to put this man's, demise into this movie, then they could be rearranging some more stuff around now. Because if people look at this movie, it's going to be very obvious what you all did to him. And not only that, they're trying to break it up into 2 movies so that they can put this man being taken out on the movie. That's an act of desperation. Because your first movie flip-flopped, okay? And in order to make it so real life production, just real life, they wanted to do it in real life. And they took him out. And the crazy part, Nogeo said something on, I don't know, it was a video that went out right after Mo3 was taken out. And this is what no, it wasn't Nogeo, it was Bedo. Bedo, this is what he said. He said, now the joke's on you. Now who's RIP'd? This is what came out his mouth. And people want people to believe he ain't had nothing to do with this. Now the joke's on you. Go back to what they have been doing from all along. They've been laughing. They've been teasing. They've been talking about him ever since he was taken out. They felt the need to tape it. And from my understanding, the taping went on from one of the trucks. Not the camera that's on the truck, but someone in the inside of the truck recorded the whole thing. This is what people, word on the street, people are saying. A lot of people taped from their cars. Somebody from the truck taped the incident. You already saw Kenny Baby Boy was riding past taping it. A whole bunch of people was taping it. It was a black car, or a Jeep, not a car, but a SUV or something that was pulled to the side that looked like it was pretty much a crew recording everything. And then the word on the street is Bishop Hypocrite's son, one of his boys, the baby boy. They said he's into gymnastics, he's into track, he runs track, and as well as Kiwan, he's a runner. This is what they're saying, that they were on the scene, or the Bishop Hypocrite's son, he was on the scene either to run with the camera to keep up with him so they can record the whole thing. I don't know, but this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing. And like I told y'all, he is so calm getting out of that car and walking to the other side. He didn't run like the normal person would. If somebody's coming over, you would have been running to that other side. He was so calm. He walked to the other side, which makes it think, was that the scene of a film that turned real at the end? He thinking in his mind, you know, I'm going over here and get my whatever, and I'm going to be hitting back. Maybe this was the film. But then you don't have anything to hit back with. We didn't see anything in his hand. So he didn't get anything out of that box. That car don't look like it. And if he had of, it would have been laying right next to him. You didn't see anything laying next to him. So was it removed? Was that a part of the scene and it was removed? And then people was like, why would he be in his mother, I mean, not his mother, his baby mother's car and in the middle of a scene? Was it the baby mother's car? Or was it one of the prom cars for the movie scene that looks like her car? Or did they not care about the car and just, you know, tell him we'll do the scene from this one? You know, you don't know how it went. You don't know. But it's something to do with that movie for them to be everybody recording. And it's just like I said, have they been spinning the feds and the police all this time? Have police been spinning the feds? Lying, saying that this was an act of, you know, temporary insanity because he's so in love with her. There are all kind of pictures. I have the posts. I just have to find them. But there are all kind of posts showing, you know, the kids with their daddy for different things. Holiday, birthday, whatever. Him spending time with them. They have record of him still being around this girl. Or the kids, rather. And people got on there on certain things and they lied and said that, you know, we haven't had no contact with him in 2 to 3 years. Really? When you got posts and pictures that prove different? He got posts up there taking other girls out shopping. So he wasn't so just in love with her. He was seeing other girls too. So how can you say this? He's more tied to Big Bird than he is her. I mean, that's his baby mama. But through bloodline, if he's Big Bird's Yellow's cousin, that's more blood tied to him than it is her. But they want to throw everything off from, you know, Big Bird to just, you know, he was just in love with her. That's why he did it. He didn't do it just because his cousin allegedly got hit up by Mo3. No, that ain't the reason why he did it. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to everything that they're doing right now. And the most thing that they're doing is trying their best to steer the truth this way instead of that way. And that's what they're doing. And they're trying to bring his name down and make him look so bad in the process. But they did do some, they stopped traffic for him for his birthday. That was where he passed away at, and they stopped traffic for him. But stopping traffic and then still being around his ops, the enemies that could have possibly had this whole thing set up, it's another thing. Seriously, it's another thing. And how can you believe bloggers that get starstruck by people that's out here doing things to people, and you get starstruck? How can your interviews be accurate or anything that you saying mean anything? You sit up and turn on your co-host and lie on them. Maybe not lie, probably told the truth. Get caught up. Co-hosts get mad at you ain't there for a while, and then now the co-host back on there again. It just goes to show you how they all work together. And the co-host that you have on there he's working for Rain Man. So anything on your show is not accurate. Nothing on your show is accurate. Everything on your show is controlled. Now ask yourself this question. If Say No to Brain Cells is back on Mr. Scandalous page, okay? Say No to Brain Cells, his whole page is about, who's running his page? Rain Man. Okay? Now, ask yourself, when Background Dancer came on Mr. Scandalous page, and he was so excited, like he was a little girl. Woo, woo. I don't know if he was excited because, he sells street pharmacy stuff and he could get some, maybe a discount. Or he was just excited because he saw a boy. I don't know. But ask yourself this question. Why is all these 4 people tied together? Why, when Background Dancer comes to Mr. Scandalous page to do a little talking, him, Mr. Scandalous, Say No to Brain Cells, and Rain Man, these 4 people is in the same circle? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question. Then you realize all of this was a con. And it's still going on. Still going on. The next person that get an interview with the next person that's in this little circle or whatever, probably going to be number 7. And maybe he going to have to come on there and clear his name now. Because they throwing you out there now, Mr. Number 7. They throwing you out there. Saying that you was down with them way before you started dealing with Mo3. Y'all grew up together. Y'all from the same hood. You was shorties under them. So ask yourself this question. Was he sent to Mo3? Was he sent? Because some of the people that he had signed or not signed but was trying to help out at first, like the Certez guy, I think it's Certez. I think it's him. Certez. Is it Certez? One of them, light-skinned guys. One of them, he was trying to help out, and then he stopped or whatever, for whatever reason. And then Bedo, he was trying to help out, and then he stopped for whatever reason. Did they send them to them? And tell them y'all got to kiss butt so y'all can stay in there. Because we need to know what's going on his mind. What's on his mind? We need to know. We need somebody on the inside in there, outside of Rain Man. Because he was already on the inside too. And people are saying he chose him over them. Rain Man ain't chose nobody over nobody. To be honest. Rain Man chose the hood over Mo3. And I don't care how you look at it. That's what I see. There was a bond with these people from the jump. You cannot say, oh, he turned on these people, for Mo3, when you're doing all kind of backhand stuff that you're doing. And as soon as your artist is gone, it's going to be peaceful now. This is what's coming out your mouth. There's going to be peace now. So they're saying he was the storm that blew in and made everybody get into it. The same person that was trying to go to people's houses and try to talk to them and say, let's just fight it out. They do fights all the time, so why can't y'all just fight it out? They didn't want to fight Mo3. They didn't want to fight Roy Lee. And I'm sure they didn't want to fight Bubba. They didn't want none of that. They didn't want to. But as it got close to the demise of Mo3, the people that's in the same circle, they want to pretend like they fighting each other just so you can upset him. Do y'all see it? Do you see it? They want to make it look like he was the person that kept this stuff going. He tried to talk to them to the point that he just said, ain't no talking no more. But he did. He knew he had his little goons around him, but he still went over there to try to talk to Background Dance. And Background Dance, being the person that he is, he didn't want no peace. And he wasn't never really his friend in the first place. He lied saying that, well, we was cool. They weren't ever cool. Because if you was, it wouldn't have been so easy for you to turn your back on him. And when he came to your house to talk to you, you would have actually tried to talk to him. Instead of all your goons out and bringing your toy out with you. You would have actually tried to talk to him and see, what y'all could do to try to work this out. Try to work it out in some kind of way. You didn't care to work it out. This is what you wanted. And for everybody that was saying on their videos talking about, oh, Background Dance ain't had nothing to do with it, it's no way that he would have been on that expressway talking stuff while this man being taken out, people getting in and out of your cars, wiping their nose, and then you right there when it happened, talking about who is blocking the traffic. Trying to be so many feet back just so that you can say you wasn't close enough to be had done anything, but everybody knows that you came through there and went around and came back around. Everybody knows this. So you're not going to keep lying saying that you wasn't there or you was so many feet back when it happened that you didn't have nothing to do with it. Everybody knows you went through. Everybody knows you came back. And what you come back for? To pick up people that was let off there to do what they had to do. So please, y'all, stop lying. Stop lying. Stop trying to make this man look like he is a monster and y'all so innocent. Because you saying the same thing, Mr. Bedo. You saying the same thing that his manager said. Oh, everybody gonna start getting along now. Y'all ain't gonna get along because y'all hateful. You all are hateful. And if everybody ain't swinging like y'all swinging, they're not going to fit in. They're going to be the next target too. So don't nobody believe nothing y'all saying. You can do 100 interviews. Don't nobody believe nothing that you're saying. The little bit that you are letting out, you're letting out a little something. Because we finding out about, number 7. And how he could be tied to y'all. We're finding out things like that. But other than that, these interviews that y'all giving, y'all ain't putting y'allself on a pedestal. Y'all not making people want to go buy y'all music. And it's just like I said, if you were so close to somebody that you taking up for now, saying that, he didn't have nothing to do with this and that, the yellow ain't had nothing to do with this. If that was the case, Bedo, why didn't Yellow help you with your career? Why did you go to Mo3 to help you? If these are your boys, your hardcore boys, why didn't you go to them? It's a lot of questions still not answered in y'all interviews. Why you disappear right after it happened? You out of town. Quiet as a mouse. Now all of a sudden you back. And you are on everybody's page again. And you're trying to make yourself look like you the person that has the most logic out of the group. Ask yourself that question, y'all. Why are you all over the place now? And you disappeared. You didn't want your name in nothing. You and the other one was the quietest one. Another thing somebody sent me that was really odd to me. I didn't get a chance to go and look at the whole thing because I really can't stand watching them, to be honest, because the dirtiness runs deep. But Big Bird made a video with his baby, and he was talking to his baby, saying that some cold stuff is what he said. He said, it's some kids out here that don't have their daddy. Who you think he's talking about, y'all? Anyway, I am going to jump off of here. I didn't talk long enough. People are already telling me my video's too long. I don't know how they could tell me that when people make it 3-hour videos, but I'm jumping off because I got some things to do. But I just wanted to jump on here and say what I had to say and speak my piece. Because like I told y'all, you can get discouraged trying to find the truth when you have people that's supposed to be trying to find the truth and they're looking like, they don't care. And people were sending me emails saying, did I ever get, the second Cash App? I never got it, y'all. And maybe it's, legit money from fans. Maybe it's a difference in legit money for fans than, Sexual Chocolate and them sending you money, or Real Life Production them giving you something so that they can keep up with everything you're doing and trying to make things look like they're innocent. Maybe it's a difference in the money, y'all. I don't know. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I say it how I see it. Okay? There's so many people out here that has family members that are victims, and they want to know what happened to their people. In this case, it's just, to me, a lot of running around with the same circle of people that allegedly has something to do with your baby or your brother. So it makes you want to, like I said, step back. Take a step back. Should I be even helping these, them get justice? But it's not about them. It's about him and the way that they did it. And I think that's what bothers people the most, the way that they did it. You fooled this man. I do believe to do the last scene. And he was taken out in the last scene. And they don't care about the car or switching the car or whatever to to look like the baby mama car, whatever that may be. They don't care about that. But this has set up all over it. And they can lie all they want. They can close the files up and everything that they want to do. But we know what we know. Anyway, y'all, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And I hope everybody have a wonderful day and a great morning and afternoon and evening. Peace.